Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Coaster the TeaFox here with a little video here for everybody to enjoy. This video here, we are taking this drawing that was made in a speed paint that I did for my channel recently, and we're turning this into a badge for the commissioner. Something a little bit more tangible instead of just a digital file, something you can wear to conventions, something you can wear to just a piece of art you can wear. So what I'm going to do to accomplish this is I've got Paint Tool Sci open, which is where I created the art piece, and what we're doing is we're actually turning this into a lock screen type badge. And how I do that is I went ahead and found the original file here, opened up Paint Tool Sci, and went ahead over here and started a new file here where I take the finished drawing, drop it in here. And since I'm going for the dimensions of a smartphone, I wanted to make sure I got the exact height measurement. So I went ahead and checked online and found a smartphone. This one right here is a Android, one of the newer models. I went ahead and got the measurements, so this is exactly the height we want our canvas to be. So all in all, we are looking pretty good. So went ahead and used this for a stock. Just get the dimensions and the outer edge of the frame. And what has happened? So we now have, let's see, this was just a plain layer, and that was the green. I went and started creating layers. So we have the drawing, of course, the drawing. But since we don't need the phone itself, just the frame, I went ahead and filled it in with green. Green because that is the premise for the main color of this Fursona. As you can see, a lot of green, and Commissioner feels that green suits the background really well. You can get basically some iPhones or whatnot come in different types of colors. You can get dark grays, blues, you can get different types, but I felt this one works really great. And then we have, let's see if I can get all the layers in place I have here. I have horrible vision right now, but I'm going to make this work. This is going to be the background, so it's not just plain white, and it's not just straight up see-through. You can actually see what's going on, which I think is pretty awesome. And then our layer above is signature. That's what it was. Signature there. And this is the coolest part, I think, of all for this piece is when I add... Oh, yeah, that's the frame. I found it, sorry about that. I found the frame. So yeah, we do not need the original phone background at all. So this is the frame. Literally, I just selected only the frame, and now we can bring it right on over to the drawing. And it even has the buttons of the phone, as you can see here. And I think that is pretty awesome. Let's get a little closer up so here, so you can see a little better. Feel it's kind of far away. There we go. A little closer here, a little closer for you. So yeah. What did I just do? Did I do something? I'm just trying to make sure I didn't mess up the drawing or anything like that. I don't think I messed up the drawing. No, everything looks fine. So heck yeah. So, like I was saying, we have that, we have this. I added the home button as well. You can see right down here. Went ahead and did a home button just because I felt that was for the aesthetic. And I got a position so it's perfectly lined up with the camera right at the top, which is also awesome. And to give this phone a more realistic look, a more actual shine, I added some shine. So now this has a nice complete look. So the idea for this badge here is we're going to have one side, it's going to be a double-sided badge, but one side is going to be like you see here, and then the other side is going to have the same image, but it's going to be flipped. I'm going to see if I can try flipping it, and if that works, great, but if not, I'll leave it like this. But that side will be a lock screen, and that will have the wording here, swipe to unlock, and it will have the time right here, and probably the battery percentage and whatnot. So we have a double-sided badge. I have a double-sided, and it's going to be on a phone screen, which I think is fantastic. I don't see many pieces like this around, even though there probably are some. I just thought this was a great idea. And I thought I'd go ahead and show you this while I work on it. Something that only you are going to be able to see as supporters of this channel, so I want to create a nice little exclusive for you. So hopefully you stick around as we go ahead and finish up this piece. Now, where do I get my fonts and everything from? Believe it or not, I get my font actually from my... I have an editor, an old editor. Let's see if I can find it. I know I can find it. Here it is. So I go over here, and yes, you can just look at my desktop. It's full of old stuff from over the years. Love Tanshu High art. You can see little Tanshu High art piece up there. I freaking love this stuff. Great stuff. But, old stuff, old updates. Never mind all those old updates, but we have to go to this thing called VideoPad, movie editor, or whatnot. This is an outdated model, so I will only be using this to create my fonts. So literally all I do is just click on it anywhere here. Let's add some text. Can I add text? I'm not adding a title. I'm just adding text. Can I just add text? Yeah, I can add text. I want to add a blank just for the heck of it. Text. Simple text. That's what I want. Simple text overlay. And looky there. You've got a text box already there, which is pretty cool. Normally for iPhones or Samsungs or Androids, the font seems to be like a slim, like, I don't know if it's Agency AF, but it's called, I think it's Arial. I think it's called Arial. So let's click on Arial, and let's see what we end up getting here. So I want to make the time, so the time, let's say, this sounds a little cliche, but let's say 420, just for the heck of it, because that seems to be a really, like, an aesthetic kind of thing to do for when writing things out, so let's go with a 420. So it'd be 04, and I'm going to go underneath, 20, and we're going to select it. We're actually going to select it and make it bigger, because we want it to be pretty large. And you can tell this is an older editor. There is a newer one of this. I'll go over that in another video, and that will also be an exclusive on here on this Patreon as well, because I really would like to share more for you, since you are helping support what I do, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much, of course. Thank you. So Arial looks pretty good. Now what I really like about this is you can actually... Oh yeah, that's exactly what I need. That is exactly what I need. Can I go a little bolder though? Just a little bolder. Perfect. Oh, I like that a lot actually. I'm gonna look at my phone again. Okay. I like looking at my clock on my phone because it kind of gives me the idea of what I'm trying to accomplish with it. So yeah, we're going to go over here and go 420, make it a little bigger, because you want to get as many pixels as you can before transferring it over, so it doesn't stretch them out and cause any issues. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I love how it looks. Shadow? What does shadow look like? No, we don't want shadow. And what we're going to do next is select the color that we want. Color scheme of our drawing is green, so let's try to keep the theme green with a nice light color. So let's go with like a seafoam-esque, something a little more seafoam. Probably right about... I don't want too blue, I want a little warmer. So... Now the thing I noticed too is my computer monitor, considering this computer is older than most, like, it's 12 years old. my color for the screen monitor tends to be cool. The colors tend to have cooler colors. So the transfer of color may actually not be 100% accurate. So I just have to be mindful of that when I am doing things like this. That green kind of looks alright. Maybe a little too green. Well, let's crank up some blue a little bit, just a little bit of blue. Let's see what that will do. So do we want to do it like that, right? Okay, I think really what we need is we need to intensify the reds. And now it's too pink. Oh, I know what's up. We'll do this. Do this. And then we'll drag it over here. Aha. That's what we need. Okay. A little too intense green for my taste, a little bit. Lighten that up a little bit. Bring over a little more green. Not too much, because we don't want it to look weird. Yeah. I got this computer back in 2010, I think? 2011. Back from Staples. And this was an old Toshiba. This computer here has a full keyboard, not just with all the letters, but it also has its own number pad on the side. It has independent keys for every function, and it weighs probably a good 3 pounds, probably. It's heavy, and it's a dinosaur, and it still works. That's the most crazy thing, is it still works, and I'm so... it's my go-to computer for art, for really anything that I need a heavy-duty hand in something. Just modern computers, modern laptops, I should say, just don't have the beefiness that this one has. This one has so much memory, this one has the processing power. Yes, it's old, it's a little slow. I don't use internet for it anymore, but it's just great. It's still good, it still works. Let's talk about adding that drop shadow. I think I will add the drop shadow, but it's going to be super soft. It's not going to be super intense, just a very light drop shadow. Does that work? Let's do this for the drop shadow. Yes, I did do that for the drop shadow. Did it change anything at all? Did it? I thought it did. Well, you know what? I think it did, even though it's trying to say it didn't. I think it did do something. Personally, I think it did. So yeah. Just go with a nice light gray, darker dark. Frick, I didn't mean to do that, sorry. I just want to see if it does anything. If not, I'll just go with the standard black. I think I'll just go with standard black at this point. Okay. That looks alright. I think it looks okay. Will that look right over here is the question. I think it will. I think so. I think I need to go just a little lighter on it. It's a little too intense for color, but I think we're looking pretty close for what we need. I definitely think we're looking really good. Really, really good. A little bit lighter. And yes. Yes, 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 yes. I think that's exactly what we need. Okay. Yeah, I think that works. I think that will be perfect. Did I still have that drop shadow? I'm just curious to see what it would look like without the drop shadow. Yeah, it does need that drop shadow just a little bit. Yeah, just a little. Actually, let's go with an outline instead, but a super soft outline. Yes. I wonder if that would look better. Kind of looks nice. I guess that kind of looks nice. And then... I don't think I was doing that drop shadow right earlier. I think I was supposed to do something like this. I think. I was probably doing it all wrong and didn't even realize it. Yeah, I think I was just messing up or something. Like, really silly messing up. Oh, that's editor background. Editor background. Text background? Full background. No, I don't want that, actually. That's just freaking weird. Yeah, we'll go with the shadow. I wish you could edit the shadow a little bit, because I feel like it would be a lot more dramatic if you could. But it's fine. We'll go with this. I'm happy with it. I'm satisfied with it. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take a... What is this called? You take a snapshot of the clip. And when you take a snapshot, it allows you... we don't need to be we don't need to be 4K. We can just do 1080p. Okay. Now that we have our snapshot, it will actually be over here in pictures. Should be. Yep, there it is, right there. And we drop it over here in Paint Tool's Eye. Just drop it right in like that. Boom, there it is. Go ahead and save. And canvas. You can't save canvas? Oh, well, we will fix that. Oh, we are totally fixing that. If you can't save the canvas, well, that's bogus. That's a bunch of garbage. Okay. Change resolution to 300 pixels. 300 pixels for resolution, and perfect. What's our imagery looking like? Oh, that's plenty of inch. That's plenty of inch. Awesome. That's perfect. Then we'll go ahead and select, copy, bring it over to our main artwork, and we're going to paste it right over here. And now we can save. Okay, perfect. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and Control-T, because that's how you do the transformation tool in Paint Tool's Eye. And if I remember how to do this correctly, yes, here we go. Bring it over here, and then we're going to bring it to the front. We have to bring our layer all the way to the very front of this, and there. And then we get to play with the colors, because we have the option to do that in Paint Tool's Eye. So I'll go ahead and do that. The lettering might be a little too bold. So, since we know that, since we know exactly what we're doing with this, we're actually going to go back over. Here it is. We're going to go back in and remove the boldness. There. So now that we have removed the boldness, we can now take another snapshot of our piece here and go ahead and do the snapshot thing. And we're going to go over here to our pictures and bring that over as well. This is our thinner looking snapshot. Yep, much better, much better. Oh yeah, so much better. Did I give that an outline? I'm just checking. I think I still have an outline, don't I? I do. I'm actually going to completely get rid of the outline, because I'm just feeling it's too overpowering for the picture. Take one more snapshot. So yeah, this is literally how I'm making a badge at this point. There's so many different ways to go about it, but if you're doing something digitally, just... yeah, it's interesting, really, what you can do with this. I don't have Photoshop. I can't really afford the Photoshop. It's something that's kind of a... Back in the day, before 2012, you could actually own Photoshop, the whole package, up to, I think it was CS6. And that was like the top of the line editing software at that time for photographs, for just about anything art. And now you have to pay on a monthly subscription, and it really does not sit well with a lot of people, because it's, I mean, if you can't afford the $29 a month, then you can't use the software. Back in the day, you could own it and do whatever you wanted with it. Those were the good times. I mean, when you paid for something, it was yours. So yeah, here's this piece here. Control-A, Control-C, and just like the last one, we're going to drop it in. I'm not getting rid of this just yet, because it could be useful, but I am going to drop this in first. I definitely feel that this looks a lot better. Okay, yes. So we're going to do that. So we also have the option to change it up. See, we can do it like this. It just looks like they've got glasses. Oh gosh. See, we got that as an option. I'm kind of thinking I would just put the time a little differently, because I'm not liking that look, like over the face. I feel that maybe having the time across the top would look a lot nicer, personally. Yeah, I definitely think time across the top would work so much better. So once again, we're going to swing over here because we can. And that's just the life of an artist. You just gotta make little sacrifices every now and then to get things done, just to get things done. So. Okay, so there's that. I'm actually getting rid of the 0, because I don't think that looks as good when it's like this. So now it'll look a lot better. Trust me, it'll look so much better. Make everything nice and big for the drawing. And okay. Why is it so small? That's weird. Why the heck did it get tiny? That was really strange. Okay. But now it's nice and big, the way it needs to be. So yeah. Now we do the thing, where we do the screenshot. There we go. Perfect. And then we bring it back over to Paint Tool side, and that is the one we're going to use. We're going to use this one instead. Sometimes you gotta experiment and try different ones until you get the one you're looking for. Like, literally, you just gotta keep going until you find the one you want. It's crazy sometimes, but yeah. Did that actually drag in or not? I'm trying to see if it did. It did. Okay, it did. Good. Heck yeah. Nice big old 420. Big old 420. Just like that. Also, if any of you are, those of you that are watching this, let me know what you think of, well, just let me know what you think of me in my art, just my art and all that. Because growing up, I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to be an architect. I wanted to animate. I wanted to create fantastic things. I wanted to just be creative with unbounded limits. And this allows me to pursue some of those desires and hopefully accomplish something like that one day. But let me know what you think of my work so far, and do you think I should delve into some animating? Because I've wanted to try animation. I've just been so inspired by the shorts, the videos, the animations that people do of the, like, Jacksepticeye and Markiplier. I just get so entranced by all the stuff I see people creating, and it just looks so much fun. It just looks so wonderful. And these people just must feel so appreciated knowing that their artwork is getting viewed by the masses, and that they're actually, I don't even know how to describe it. It's such a surreal feeling. But instead of just having something folded up in a sketchbook somewhere gathering dust, you're able to share it with the world. People are actually seeing your stuff that you create, and you're being noticed. You're engaging with people. People are like, oh my gosh, you exist. Your talent is real. It's not just something that you've been thinking about in your head. You're actually able to put it out there, and people can appreciate you. It feels wonderful. It feels good to be appreciated. It really does. It really does feel good to be appreciated. And I appreciate you. Thank you for appreciating me. Because you wouldn't be here if you didn't. So yeah, I think it looks really good. I actually do like that. Now, does it need a little something else? It might. It kind of doesn't stand out as much as I was hoping. But that's totally fine. We have the power of art on our side. Totally have the power of art. So, what if I go a little intense? That looks kind of nice. I do like the lighter color, so what I'm actually going to do is control. I know I do this a lot of the copying and pasting, but we're going to create our own drop shadow. Reason being is I don't like stuff that constricts my ability to choose what I want with letters, with my editing, so by doing this, that little thing I just did up here, it's preserve opacity. That allows you to change the color of your layer on a whim. You can just select a color, change it. This is how you do it. Right now we have, this is our text. The time, our text. So, checking to make sure my microphone was working. You select this, you go over here and let's say, let's pick a darker shade. Let's pick this color. Control F fills it for you. Now this is not your final color, but what instead you get is you get your top color, which is not changed, and your bottom color. When you press Control Z, you can then select it and move it. And there you have something that stands out like this. And I think it looks pretty awesome. I think the height is right. I think it's centered pretty good, pretty well. I definitely think it looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and slide it over. Just a little bit. There. I am satisfied with the way that looks. It still has that theme of green, but it's not too green. It's a soft green, which I think works really well. So there's that part. This thing I did down here, the little pin, see that little pin down there? That allows you to move multiple layers at once. So let's say you have, well, let's say I want to do this. That upper layer is engaged with this one. Click on this one, likewise. You can disengage by unpinning it. Now you can move each layer independently, which is fantastic. I love Paint Tool SI. It's old, but it's still super effective, and it's one of my favorite art programs to use. I mean, I've tried others. This one is just rises to the top on so many levels. I think it's the ability to customize and just do everything you want with it manually, and it's easy to understand. The layout is super user-friendly. So I like I was saying here, I did like the color of that green. I want to go just a hair darker. Not so loud of a green, but something a little more neutral. I think that works really, really well. So we have our time. The time is done. I want to go down here and create the lock screen logo. Swipe to unlock. So in order to do that, we need to go back into this program. Unfortunately, we gotta get rid of that. Why is it so big? Why did it get so big? What the? Oh my gosh. That was kind of weird. Okay. I'll look over here and go over here to title, create new. So we'll create something brand new. And this one's going to be capitalize swipe to unlock. Wait, I don't want to do that. Whoops, I wanted to go space. To now we want to do the dropping down. Unlock. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Why is my font at 100? That's way too big for this project, so shrink it down a lot. Yeah. Oh, that's too small. Holy jinky, that's way too small. Swipe to unlock. Now I'm gonna look at my phone to see how they have it set up. Mine just says use fingerprint to unlock, but I don't want to do that, so yeah. Okay, cool. That's perfect. Okay, we are still recording, which is fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. And if any of you hear a loud humming in the background, that is my computer, because it is a dinosaur, and it's been in a car accident. It's had a suitcase dropped on it. It's been dropped upside down. It's had stuff spilled on it. It's a trooper, but it's rattling with age. So my apologies for the background noise. So here we are going to select a different type of font. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Oh yeah, so you can just go like this and use the arrow keys. I do not want italicized lettering, unfortunately. Italicized is not exactly what I'm looking for. Oh, frick. Now I can't see my background. Darn it. There. That's better. Now I can see what I'm working on. Good. I don't know if I should go with the same. I don't want to go with Arial again. See, this is what I had before. Arial. Arial is okay for the time, but it's too pencil-like for me. Even bold just kind of... I just don't know. Bold? Swipe to unlock. What if I tried... Let's scroll down a little bit to get an idea of what we're doing. Whoa, where'd it go? Hang on, come back. I'm not done with you. Hang on a second. You get back here. That's better. Okay. So, we want to go with... Oh, that's interesting. It's not... Something simple. Something simple, but not too simple. Swipe to unlock. Ooh, I can't even read that. Holy Christmas. Okay, we're just gonna pop down here a little bit until we find exactly... Wait, I spelled swipe correctly, didn't I? S-W-I-P-E? Yeah, that's how you spell swipe. I don't know why I was thinking I spelled the word swipe wrong. Ooh, that kind of worked. That kind of worked because it's simple. It's not overly gaunt or ornate. It's just straight to the point. Swipe to unlock. Swipe. I don't think I need serif. I don't think I need a serif. Ooh, I do like this. It's got a kind of computer-esque look to it. Lightly. Yeah, I think this will work. I don't want an outline, though. I do not want an outline. So let's bring this up a little bit in our font size to a good size. Swipe to unlock. My lettering's a little off for some reason. Like, I feel like my lettering isn't centered, and that's really strange to me, so... Yeah, that looks so much better. Okay. Swipe to unlock. So that's how it's going to look on the phone. Swipe to unlock. Just like that. Lastly, we need to do this thing. See if that works. I think it'll work. Yes. I think that will work just fine. Go back to the drawing, see how that looks. Yes. Heck yeah. Awesome. I think it looks great. Okay. Go ahead and take a snapshot of this. High definition. Go over here to pictures and locate it. There it is. Drop it into the paint tool's eye, just like that. Yeah, it looks... I actually think that works really great. Swipe to unlock. It looks super techy, very, very tech-like, and I think that's exactly what it needed. We're going to increase our size to a suitable level. Paint tool side likes to squeeze things down kind of small, so you got to make sure their pixel quality is high enough, or your artwork will come out looking just not nearly as clear. It's going to look very pixely, very... Yeah. So, okay. Control T. And drag down here. Shrink it, because it's way too large to be using at this moment. So, shrink it down to a usable size. Shrink it down a little more, so it's still kind of big. Swipe. I know it looks a little weird straight away, but it will be totally fine in just a moment. Swipe to unlock. Okay, and as I did with the other lettering text above, I will also be shrinking this down a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. I'm also going to bring it over about like that. And I'm going to do the thing where I copy and paste it again. And there we have a second piece. And just like before. Whoops, come back. Where'd you go? Where did you go? Why did you go? enter Control D. Trying to make sure I have this correctly. Yes. And in this one, we're going to do the same as before, where we take our color, and we're going to use the eyedropper tool. You can do that by selecting eyedropper tool over here in the menu. It allows you to just pick a specific color, or you can use the right click on your mouse or keypad, and it will select the appropriate color for you, which is awesome. Especially if you're like me and you don't like to switch between tools a whole lot. So see, I just went in there and selected my color. It's also nice if you don't save your color on your color palette block over here. Where's the color palette block at? I know I have it. Where'd it go? I know I have one. There, here it is. If you don't save it on this here, I have so many colors I have saved that I just love. Perfect, wonderful colors. If you don't save it, you can just go into your part of your drawing where you find the color that you were using and just select it. And you're good. Just pick the eyedropper, you're good to go. Okay, so scroll back down here. And Control F. And apparently I picked the top one by accident, so we're going to switch these around. Right? Yes. Yes. Well, who is that one? What is Layer 13? Who's Layer 13? Who is Layer 13? Oh, that's Layer 13. My bad. There. I think that fixed it. I hope. It did. It did fix it. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, I love how it turned out. Just looky. It looks so nice. Oh, I freaking love how it turned out. Now this looks superb, except one thing. All those other things we were doing, they need to be moved up. They need to be moved up. Our reflections, all those need to be moved to the very top because they aren't supposed to be hidden beneath the time. So we gotta move all those to the top. They can't. And we're gonna try. I'm gonna do the try. There it is. Yay, we did it! We did the thing! Yay! Perfect. Swipe to unlock. Oh, that's exactly the way I wanted it to, which is awesome. Awesome. So yeah, this here, I believe, is ready to be turned into a badge. So yeah, we're going to have this as one side. We're going to have it printed, and then we're going to have the same one, but it's going to have those letterings that we put in there. It's going to have those removed, so we won't have those on the other one. Yeah, it's going to be a double-sided badge, and I'll say, swipe to unlock, and the other side will just be unlocked. I did not put the percentage of the phone, but I'm actually satisfied with this because I don't want to put too much on the phone, if that makes sense. I don't want to put too much on it, because if I put too much on the screen here, it's just going to look gaudy, and it's going to be hard to see. Because that's the thing, too. When you have something that, when you're making badges, and you have something like this, you don't want to make them too detailed, because you can't appreciate the detail when it's in a badge. When it's a digital art piece, and you're going to see it on your phone or on the computer screen, you can zoom in and see all those nice little details. Unless I'm making a badge that's like 12 inch by 12 inch, then that would probably be appropriate. But with a phone like this, with this kind of imagery, I'm trying to make it the actual size of a real iPhone or a real Android. It's going to be that actual size, and I feel that's just going to be a little, I don't know, just too much detail to be appreciated. Considering the actual size of a percentage sign of your battery life is like 30 times smaller than this lettering here, than the font with the numbers. So heck, with all that being said, though, I think this looks great. I really do. It's all in transparent layers, so this is going to be printed as you see here. It's exactly the way it's going to be printed. And that is awesome. The only thing is I'm going to have to be super careful when I cut this badge out because I don't want to damage it. Because my printer's broken. I actually have a printer, but it ran out of ink. It didn't run out of ink. You might say the ink dried up. Yeah, it completely bone dried up, and I tried to reactivate it. The thing is, I don't want to spend $50 on ink when I could just go to Walgreens, CVS, and get these printed on photo paper. Or if worse comes to worse, go to Staples and get it printed exactly the size that I want. So heck yeah, I'm going to zoom in here closely so you can see all the details and how this looks. Yeah, this is going to be for Silas. Their Fursona's name is Silas. And with all that, I think this looks pretty awesome. Yeah. I was going to add a name here at the bottom too, but I think just the way this looks as is great. It's got the aesthetic, it's got everything it needs. I don't think adding something more to it is going to help. I just think it's going to kind of gum it up and add too much detail. So there it is, everybody! My exclusive view of me creating this badge for Skylar from the speed drawing I did on my YouTube channel. If you haven't seen that, please check it out. Please check out the other content on the channel, because, you know, you're awesome and I appreciate you being here. And I'll be having more stuff like this. Probably not the exact same thing, because I'm going to try to have variety and some other things as well. And I'm just trying to find content that you would like to see, something that's worthy of an exclusive. And if you have any suggestions, leave them comments on the Patreon. You can leave it on the private Discord. You can even leave it on the comments on the YouTube channel. And let your friends know about the stuff I do. Please let them know. It helps so much with me creating things. Gives me encouragement to want to keep going. I really would like to make this a full-time job if I could. And just overall, with everything you've seen so far, I've had inspiration drawn to me from Markiplier, from Mr. Beast, from Jacksepticeye, and just when the videos of from Unis Honest, that was a creation that was done with Crank Gaming and Markiplier. They did that for a year, 365 days, where they did a video every single day. Every single day. And they encourage people to use the time they have and not squander it, and just use the time for something beneficial. And it just inspired me to want to not sit around and just let time pass me by, and just want to create things and use every moment as if it was my last. And I think sometimes I get overbearing sometimes with myself, but I'm trying to pace myself. But I know that if you take it too easy, you don't get anywhere. You just don't find success. And, you know, just what happens, happens. You know, I'll accept my fate, but I also want to tell myself one day that I tried. I put my best foot forward. I tried the best I could, and I didn't give up, you know? So I have something to tell, you know, people in the future, or I can look back and see where I came from. Because I think that is some of the greatest thing, the greatest success stories. If you came from a rough beginning and you kept persevering and pushing on, you didn't have it easy, you struggled along the way, that you can look back and, like, that is a great success story. That just means something. So anyway, I guess that's it, but if you have not checked out the other stuff, please do so. I'm going to have more stuff here for you. Pictures, especially pictures. I'll be posting pictures. Gosh, I don't really know what else to say except, you know, hey, thanks for joining, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video, and of course the exclusives, I'll try to keep those rolling out for you, because you deserve them, and thank you so much, more than ever, for your help and your time. And I will catch everyone in the next video. Till then, I'm Coaster. Thanks for watching, everyone.